Today we are going to discuss about respiratory physiotherapy and postural drainage. So by the definition, the chest physiotherapy is a technique that is used to mobilize or loosen secretions in the lungs and the respiratory tracts. Basically, physiotherapy is a maneuver to remove the secretions which are collected inside the lung of the patient. Okay, so this is especially helpful for the patients with the large amount of secretions or ineffective cough. Patients who are unable to cough or who are unable to cough out their secretions by themselves, so a physiotherapist help them to loosen up their secretions, and by loosening up the secretions, patient can easily be coughed out that secretions by giving chest physiotherapy. It consists of the external mechanical maneuvers such as percussions, postural drainage, chest vibrations, and to augment and mobilize the clearance of the airway secretions, physiotherapist or we can use diaphragmatic breathing with pursed lip or coughing and controlled coughing. So before going on to the physiotherapy treatment, we must first assess the patient by following the criteria. The first criteria is we should know the normal range of patient's vital signs, because if the patient is having atelectasis or if the patient is having pneumonia, there may be scarcity or there is a scarcity of the oxygen in the blood, and because of the scarcity of the oxygen, patient can have the shortness of breath and can have a rapid heart rate. Okay. The second, we should know about the patient medication, because certain medications, particularly the diuretics and antihypertensive, can cause fluid and hemodynamic changes. So these can decrease the patient's tolerance to the positional changes as in postural drainage. So if any patient requires postural drainage, so in postural drainage, what we do, we change the position of the patient. So by changing the position of the patient, if the patient is on diuretics or antihypertensive, there may be the imbalance of fluid or hemodynamics. So we should know these things of prior. We should also know the patient medical history, such as if the patient is having increased ICP, that is intracranial pressure, if the patient is having spinal cord injuries, abdominal aneurysm resection, because these are the contraindication for the positional change or postural drainage. Thoracic trauma and chest surgeries also contraindicate percussion and vibration maneuvers. As you can we can see here, if the patient is having ICP, increased intracranial pressure, we cannot make the patient in the position of head down. The ICP may be increased in the head down position. So in postural drainage, we need a patient. We need a patient of head up by 45 to 90 degree. Okay. We should know the patient cognitive level of functioning, that is how the patient is behaving, how the patient responds. So this is well participating in controlled cough technique requires the patient to follow the instructions. We should also beware the patient's exercise tolerance. We should also know that how the patient is able to tolerate the intensity of the exercise, tolerate the which type of exercise or which type of maneuver we are giving to the patient. Okay, and how the patient will behave after giving the intensity or intensity of the exercise. Like we should know the FITT principle, the frequency, intensity, time and type. So we should basically firstly look after the patient's FITT, and according to that we should plan the treatment of the patient's FITT. So these are some indications of chest physiotherapy. It is indicated for patients in whom cough is insufficient to clear thick, tenacious or localized secretions. These are some examples, like if the patient is having cystic fibrosis, bronchiectasis, atelectasis, lung abscess, neuromuscular disease or pneumonias and dependent lung. In all these conditions, patients may be unable to cough out secretions by themselves, so they are in need of the chest physiotherapy. Here are some contraindications of chest physiotherapy. As I already discussed, the head up position of 45 to 90 degree lower down the increased intracranial pressure. So by changing the position from head up to head down, we can make the patient in danger. So we should avoid it in increased ICP. The patient who are having unstable head or neck injuries, because that can further damage that. Patient who are having active hemorrhage with hemodynamic instability or hemoptysis, because patient who are having hemoptysis or active hemorrhages, so by applying the maneuvers of chest physiotherapy like percussions and vibrations, so the hemoptysis, that is blood and vomiting, that can occur with the patient. Patient who are having recent spinal injuries, because there is a specific position for some spinal injury patients in which the patient can be lie down. Okay, so according to that we should know in what position patient is feeling comfortable, or what position is like suitable for that patient. So we should, that is not absolute contraindication, but we should know that in recent spinal injuries we should avoid it. In empyema, that is collection of pus in the lungs, so by applying the chest physiotherapy techniques it can increase. A bronchopleural fistula, it is basically a complication of lung resection surgeries. So if the patient is suffering from bronchopleural fistula, it can further increase the lung injuries, so we should avoid it also. In recent rib fractures or flail chest, in rib fractures definitely there is if the rib is fractured, and if we apply any percussion, vibration or any like external maneuver, physiotherapy maneuver in the patient, the rib fracture can be worsened. Okay, in flare chest, in which the part of the rib cage is separated from the chest wall, so it can also further increase the disease severity. And the patient who are having uncontrolled hypertension, because it can also imbalance the hypertension, and the patient who are on anticoagulation, and the patient who are having rib or vertebral fractures or osteoporosis. Before going on to the treatment, we should know the clinical findings and investigation of the patient to determine the best treatment what we should deliver. Like we should know the detailed history of the patient. We should know the detailed history of the patient, like if the patient is having any surgery, or on what medication his patient is on, what mental state if the patient is, or if the patient is having any previous diseases. This history or the details of the patient can be find out from the file of the patient if the patient is admitted there. Okay, or in physical examination we should these are the four criteria to apply the physical examination. The first is inspection, that is visual inspection. By inspecting the patient we can see the we can see basically the symmetry of the patient's bilateral, the right side of the chest or left side of the chest, or symmetry of the muscles that are moving, or movement of the diaphragm we can see here. Okay, by palpating a patient, we can palpate the tenderness, or we can also inspect if there is any if the patient is having pain, so patient can also tell us. By percussing, we can also percuss the amount of the air filled inside the lung. So how we do percussion? We basically use the middle finger of the left side of the hand for percussion, and we basically tap from the right hand of the from the middle finger of the right hand, and we tap like this to find out the amount of the air. And auscultation is performed by the stethoscope. Auscultation of the lung is performed to find out basically the symmetry of the not symmetry, basically the air coming in or out. Okay, and to basically amount of secretions, and by auscultation we hear the adventitious sounds also. In investigations, the X-ray of the patient tells us that which lobe of the lung or which part of the lung is affected. Okay, and blood investigations, bleeding and clotting parameters should be seen. So the techniques of chest physiotherapy basically includes the airway clearance technique, facilitating airway clearance techniques with effective cuffing techniques, techniques to facilitate ventilation patterns or to mobilize secretions. So these are the airway clearance techniques, which include percussion, vibration or shaking, postural drainage, and active cycle of breathing technique, that is ACBT. So what is percussion? Chest percussion involves striking the chest wall over the area being drained. Chest percussion is done by like this, as you can see here, the dome shape of the hand, and it should be applied over the chest wall. Which area of the lung should be drained, it should be applied there. Percussing lung areas involve the use of cupped palm to loosen pulmonary secretions so that they can be expectorated with ease. So that's why we use cupped palm, because by using this position, that helps in loosen up the secretions, and patient can easily be expectorated the secretion. Percussing with the hand held in a rigid dome shaped position, the area over the lung lobe to be drained and struck in rhythmic pattern. So if we are doing a percussion, it should be done in a rhythmic manner like this. It should be done in a rhythmic manner, not like this. Okay, over the chest wall of the patient. Usually the patient will be positioned in supine or prone and should not be experience any pain. So according to the area which we want to drain, we should position the patient according to that, either prone or supine or sideline, and after that we will apply the percussion in a rhythmic manner. And we should ask the patient also that patient should not experience any pain during the percussion. Cupping is never done on bare skin or performed over surgical incisions below the ribs or over the spine or breast because of the danger of tissue damage. So percussion should not be done on the bare skin. We should we should always do the percussion on the we should with the use of sheet, okay. And if the patient is having any surgical incisions, we should also not perform the percussion below the ribs, because there are tissues, so there also we should not use the percussions, okay, because it can lead to tissue damage. And typically each area is percussed for 30 to 60 seconds in a one time, okay. So this is a part of the physiotherapy treatment, and this will follow more treatment like vibrations and breathing exercises, okay, that we will cover in the next class. Thank you.